actual name is S.Ramesh, but people used to call him Slum Ramesh. So he did a very big battle to make sure that these slum dwellers were comfortable at least. The most precious thing in Bangalore is land. I'm very proud to say that he gave 30,000 free sites in Bangalore city, and I'm more proud to say that when he passed away, we didn't even have our own house or our own site. See, back then politics was like that. It was not depending on money, it was not on caste, it was not on creed. It was on pure merit. Devaraja has told him, we want youngsters like you. You should come to politics. You should be a leader. When you have that heart to stand up for other people for no reason, then you are a leader. My father was not only a politician, he was also very active in films. So we've done a lot of film productions as well. So all in all, my life, my childhood has been a mixture of films as well as politics. So being born as a politician's son, I've seen politics in a very close level. Though I'm not today very active in politics or I don't hold any sort of posts in politics, politics is something I grew up with. I think I have a very good understanding of what politics is in general. So I have that advantage, yes. My father's growth it's like a typical film story. So he was born very humble background. My grandfather was an employee in BEL factory. My father had six sisters and he was the only son. So being from a typical, Brahman family, he had a lot of opposition at home to do any sort of politics. But my father had this pro-people agenda. I think that is what made him a politician. He never started with the plan that I have to become a politician. A very, very, below middle class family my father belonged to. Finance was very tough. But he grew to a level where the then most powerful political leader Rajiv Gandhi and former Home Minister Bha Singh uncle though used to call him as my beta, my son, till the day he passed away. That was the kind of reach he had developed. I feel it was not due to strategizing or not due to anything else, only his pro-people agenda. That is what grew him to great heights. I think for being a politician, you just have one requirement. That one requirement is you should have a heart that beats when others are in trouble. You should have the sense to, stand and do justice for other people without expecting anything from it. I think my father was that sort of a person, and that is what led him to be a success in politics. Films was always a passion. He always does things that is in the eye of people. He was always a people's person. So he never believed in doing something out of the public eye. So the next logical choice after politics was definitely films. So he always had a lot of passion for films. I can proudly say that, all these election songs that people make, he was the first one to start it. And all these poster was very popular back in the day in Tamil Nadu. But in Karnataka politics, it was very less. He was the first person to have these hand-drawn posters. Back then, there was no, printing and other things. Printing was there, but there was no screen printing and all that. So all the banners and other things was hand-sketched. So he always had a little bit of a soft corner for the arts. And that's how films was the next logical progression for him. So in films, he was largely assisted by my mother. So my mother was producer for one or two of our films. So she used to take care of the film end of things. Father was always in politics. But time with father for us was something that is very cherished. Because we used to get so little time with him. Spending any sort of time with him was a very, very big bonus for us. Father was so much in touch with these lower strata of society, like these slum dwellers. So his actual name is S.Ramesh, but people used to call him Slum Ramesh. That was the kind of, love he had. He felt that these people are largely neglected. They have come here and, they are people. They need basic rights, basic communities. They need a place to stay in. But what used to happen is, whatever slum area they used to occupy, somebody used to come chase them out once the real estate value comes in. So he did a very big battle to make sure that these slum dwellers were comfortable at least. So he went to the extent of fighting with the defense. Right here in Jalalli, there is a slum. So this slum was occupied in defense land. I think very few instances in the defense gets first priority in our country, as it should be. So the land from defense was taken and given to slum dwellers. So he even started a Slum Dwellers Congress, where the entire organization was towards the betterment of slum dwellers. So, and even when certain problems happened, like I remember, though I was very young, in one of the slums in my father's constituency, a fire mishap happened. So, a lot of, back in the day, it was all huts. So, it was very prone to fire accidents. So, large number of houses were totally, destroyed. So, father ensured that from our house, food used to go to that slum for a period of almost 3 months, all 3 meals, because they were in that kind of problem. Then he went to central government, got funds, and got all their houses reinstated. I mean, these are all like small things. What I'm telling, I think his greatest achievement is in today's age and era. The most precious thing in Bangalore is land. It's not even gold. Land is the most precious thing. I'm very proud to say that he gave 30,000 free sites in Bangalore city when he was MLA under the Ashraya scheme. And I'm more proud to say that when he passed away, we didn't even have our own house or our own site. Whatever now small apartment that I earned and I've made it on my own. He was that honest of a person. Being a politician is automatically associated with bribes, is automatically associated with a lot of negative activities. But my father was the exception. I can proudly tell it openly in your channel, as a lot of them know. Because when my father passed away, we didn't even have our own house. That was his integrity. And I'm proud to be the son of that kind of a man. Yeah, time was something father never, finding father free itself was a very big thing. But in spite of all that, he was a family man. He always ensured that he spent little bit time with us. Whatever values I have today is largely because of the impact he had on me. So he used to always take time out and at least guide us in the right direction. But seeing father itself, when I was young, I used to hardly see him once or twice a week. He used to leave before I get up in the morning, and night after I sleep, he used to come back. So that was the level of course, he was a committed man. He was more for the public than for the family. I think that is what gave him all that good name. I think one instance changed father's life. So there was a small slum kind of an area right here in UBL Road, Bangalore. So one day, father was just going through that area, and a huge JCB from the BDA, that is the Bangalore Development Authority, they wanted to take over that area. I think it was their BDA ka land or something like that. So father saw it and he instinctively reacted. So he went and slept in front of that JCB and he said, "You climb this JCB over me if you want to affect the poor people." So people didn't know what to do. When father went in that leadership position, everybody else also came and, from that place also came in. So they couldn't do anything. They went back. So the next day, my father knew that they're going to come back with more force, with more police, and something like this is going to happen. So this Sadashivnagar police station is there on the New BL road. Next day, what he did, he took some stones and blocked that entire Sadashivnagar police station ka road, which leads to the New BL road. Back then, that was the only access point. So he managed to stop the police and the authorities there itself. Said, "No, this is not happening. You are not taking over. They are poor people. They are staying in small huts and sheds. Why do you want to spoil their livelihood?" Then what they did, he along with all his other people from that slum, they went to the BDA, and as and when the BDA was functioning and everybody were inside, he put a lock from the outside and he told the then BDA commissioner, "Till you give me an assurance that you are not going to touch that place, I'm not going to open this lock. You stay here, I'll stay here." The then Chief Minister, Devarajaras himself, he called my father. He was hardly 20-21 when all this was happening. So he told him, "What do you want from this? Why are you doing all this?" He told him, "I don't want anything. I'm just doing it because poor people are affected." That is the true nature of leadership. When you feel as a person for people and when you stand up for their problems, you automatically become a leader. From then, my father was directly very close to Devarajaras. Devarajaras told him, "We want youngsters like you. You should come to politics. You should be a leader. When you have that heart to stand up for other people for no reason, then you are a leader." See, that was the kind of politics that was there in those days. Then he directly became very close to Devarajaras ji. After that, he was very close to former Union Minister Jafar Sharif. Jafar Sharif uncle used to see my father as a son. So he was politically with them. Then what happened, Srimati Indira Gandhi was the then Prime Minister. I'm talking about, I think, 70s at this point of time. So she had two sons. Mr. Sanjay Gandhi was there and Mr. Rajiv Gandhi was there. Mr. Rajiv Gandhi wanted to come to Karnataka and do a proper visit. Visit in those days is not like these days. They used to go to every single village. That was the kind of grassroots commitment they had in those days. So my father, very much a youngster, was appointed as the head of taking Rajiv Gandhi to all the places. So back in the day, communication was a very big challenge. There was no mobile phones, and the villages, hardly for 5-6 villages, one village, some post office will have one phone. Communication and all this was a major problem. So what my father did is, so he arranged 3 groups of vehicles, 3 tempo travelers. First tempo traveler will go to a particular village, and they will put on the speaker, all this mic and everything. And we had this concept of beating the drums to announce that somebody important is coming in the village. So they used to do all that, beating the drums and telling Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi's son is going to come and address all of you at this point of time. So a crowd used to gather. In the second vehicle, father and Rajiv Gandhi used to go. So when the moment Rajiv Gandhi used to enter a particular place, I'm not talking about cities, I'm talking about small villages. So by the time father and Rajiv Gandhi used to enter that village, all the villagers will be in one place. Mr. Rajiv Gandhi used to come, used to make a speech, and he used to go to the next village. By that time, the third vehicle would have gone to the next village. So this was the level of organization that was done. Mr. Rajiv Gandhi was very hugely impressed by what my father had done. It was true, ground level commitment. I don't think they used to sleep for days. They were like, our leader is coming. That vision was there. Mr. Rajiv Gandhi was extremely impressed with what my father did. So father, Rajiv Gandhi called my father to Delhi. He handed him an envelope and said, that was the previous day of my father's anniversary and my birthday. So he said, go home and open this tomorrow in your house. He said, okay, sir. The blind, if Rajiv Gandhi says something, my father will not cross that line. That was the level of... He came home and he opened that envelope and saw he was made the president of Karnataka State Youth Congress. See, back then politics was like that. It was not depending on money. It was not on caste. It was not on creed. It was on pure merit. Like anybody who was qualified for this, then Honorable Rajiv Gandhi made my father president of Karnataka State Youth Congress. Then he also nominated him for an MLA ticket. I think my father was 33 when he got nominated for the MLA seat. Again, no background, no religion, no finance. It was pure merit. So the first time my father contested an election, he was a youngster. He was very new to these things. He lost. Second time, again, Honorable Rajiv Gandhi ji gave him the ticket. This time, he personally came to my father's constituency. And in 2 places in my father's constituency, he campaigned. He actually, in the open dais, praised my father and told, he is a cadre's man. He's a man for the masses. So after that, my father won with a majority of 1.4 lakh vote. Today, if an average MLA gets 1.4 lakh vote, they'll win the election. My father got a majority of 1.4 lakh votes. That was how leadership was in those days.